Have you ever wondered if your daily bathing routine, a lifelong habit believed to be essential for cleanliness and health, might no longer be suitable once you reach the age of 70? While it may sound surprising, this notion holds some truth. Those long, hot showers or relaxing baths that once helped you unwind might now be subtly thinning your skin, depleting your energy, or even putting you at significant risk of dangerous falls. For decades, we've been taught that the cleaner, the better, making daily bathing seem like a given. However, after turning 70, our bodies undergo changes. The skin becomes more sensitive, the immune system weakens, and the moisture imbalance caused by frequent bathing can lead to dryness, cracking, and increased susceptibility to infections. Surprisingly, maintaining proper hygiene at this age doesn't necessarily require daily baths as it once did. In today's video, we'll explore the lesser-discussed realities of bathing habits post-70. We'll delve into why many healthcare professionals recommend adjusting the frequency and methods of bathing for older adults. You'll learn about skin changes, potential risks, and simple yet highly effective ways to feel clean and comfortable without stepping into a slippery bathroom. Stay with us until the end, as I'll share an incredibly straightforward tip trusted by elder care experts. This advice not only helps you maintain a fresh feeling daily, but also significantly reduces the risk of falls, one of the leading causes of loss of independence among seniors. If you find this topic thought-provoking, please leave a comment with the number 1 to let me know you're with me. If you believe the content could be improved, feel free to type 0. Your feedback helps me enhance future videos. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on important discussions about health and aging. Now, let's get started. 1. Daily baths can harm senior. Aging skin is an inevitable journey, and once we pass the age of 70, the body begins to undergo profound changes, many of which we are rarely prepared to face mentally. Studies have shown that from this point forward, the skin's structure begins to lose its resilience. The epidermis, the first protective barrier, becomes thinner and more fragile, while the dermis underneath loses elasticity due to a significant decline in collagen and elastin levels over time. Sebaceous glands, which help keep the skin naturally soft and moisturized, slow down dramatically. Sweat glands, which help regulate temperature and moisture, also reduce their activity, making the skin not only dry but also more prone to dehydration and reduced immunity. At this stage, daily bathing, a habit long associated with cleanliness and health, can turn into a double-edged sword. Every encounter with hot water or harsh soap strips away the skin's natural oils, leaving it dry, irritated, and more vulnerable to damage. Dermatologists point out that damage caused by overbathing isn't just about minor discomfort. It can trigger a cascade of negative effects: tightness, itchiness, and eventually chronic dry skin, cirrhosis, where the surface becomes flaky, rough, and sometimes cracked, causing sharp pain with every movement. These tiny cracks can become entry points for bacteria, fungi, or allergens, especially dangerous for older adults with pre-existing skin conditions like contact dermatitis or chronic wounds. But the impact isn't just physical. Dry skin can greatly affect one's quality of life. Imagine losing sleep from constant itching or feeling a burning sensation every time you put on clothes, especially when you're already dealing with joint pain or limited mobility. On top of that, bathing with overly hot water dissolves lipids, the fatty layer that protects the skin, further weakening its natural defenses. High alkaline soaps can also disrupt the skin's delicate pH balance. Here's the important takeaway. After age 70, your skin is no longer the tough shield it once was. Each bath, instead of strengthening your body, could silently weaken your skin's immune function, increase infection risk, and delay wound healing. That's why now is the time to rethink this seemingly harmless habit. Bathing is essential, but only when done correctly, at the right frequency, and in ways that suit your changing body. Because staying clean isn't just about bathing every day, it's about protecting your body the right way. 2. Less bathing lowers infection risk. When it comes to personal hygiene, most of us automatically assume that the more we shower, the cleaner we are. However, an unexpected truth, especially for those over the age of 70, is that showering less frequently may actually help the body better prevent infections. This isn't just a personal opinion or vague advice. It's backed by serious research, including publications in respected medical journals like The Lancet and JAMA Dermatology. Researchers who followed hundreds of older adults found one notable trend: those who reduced their shower frequency, say showering every other day or just 2 to 3 times a week, experienced significantly fewer instances of skin tears. For younger people, a small scratch might be nothing. But in older age, when the skin becomes paper thin, even a minor tear can trigger a cascade of serious complications. Poor blood circulation, weakened immunity, and slower cell regeneration all mean that healing takes much longer. During that time, these small openings become gateways for bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus to enter, potentially leading to cellulitis, abscesses, or even life-threatening sepsis. The key lies in how water and soap interact with aging skin. Every hot shower with strong cleansers strips away the skin's natural lipid barrier, the outer shield that locks in moisture and defends against irritants. High alkaline products also break down keratin proteins that help keep skin resilient. And the habit of scrubbing hard during showers, which may seem harmless, actually causes micro-tears that weaken the skin over time. When older adults reduce how often they shower, the body has more time to rebuild its natural oil barrier, restore the epidermis, and retain moisture, all essential in preventing bacterial invasion. Instead of full-body showers every day, gently cleaning high-risk areas like the armpits, groin, and limbs with a clean, warm cloth can maintain hygiene without harming the skin. This not only lowers infection risk, but also reduces discomfort and minimizes the chance of slipping in the bathroom, an environment that's especially dangerous for seniors with mobility or joint issues. In other words, sometimes the key to healthier aging isn't doing more, but doing things smarter. And one of those smarter choices might just start with rethinking your shower schedule. If you found this information helpful, leave a comment with the number 1 below to let us know you're still watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss future videos on senior health and wellness. Thank you for being here with us. 3. Falls are a bigger threat than dirt. In old age, the bathroom is no longer just a place for personal hygiene. It becomes one of the most dangerous areas in the home, especially if daily bathing continues without adjustments for an aging body. The American Geriatric Society has repeatedly warned that falls are the leading cause of serious injuries and even death in people over 65. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, 1 in 4 seniors experiences a fall each year. These incidents result in millions of emergency visits, countless fractures, and long-term impacts on mobility and independence. Adults over 70 are particularly vulnerable. Muscles weaken, reflexes slow down, and chronic conditions like arthritis, osteoporosis, or peripheral nerve damage make balance more difficult. In this context, slippery surfaces, like wet tile floors or enamel-coated tubs, become hidden hazards, especially when seniors are required to step in and out of bathtubs daily while wet, tired, or possibly lightheaded from steam. Losing balance while standing on one foot or slipping while stepping over the tub's edge is a real risk, with potentially severe consequences: broken hips, head trauma, or permanent loss of independence. Experts also emphasize that many seniors tend to bathe at their most physically vulnerable times, right after waking up or at the end of the day, when balance and alertness are already compromised. In contrast, reducing shower frequency, perhaps to just once or twice a week, combined with daily sponge bathing of key areas like underarms, groin, arms, and legs, can cut exposure to bathroom hazards in half. It's a small change that can bring major benefits: fewer falls, less physical strain, and a greater chance of preserving independence. Prioritizing safety over the outdated standard of daily showers doesn't mean neglecting hygiene. It means putting health first. The truth is, mild body odor, small dirt patches, or light perspiration can all be managed. But a single fall can alter your life forever. Simple safety upgrades like using a shower chair, installing grab bars, or replacing non-slip mats certainly help. But reducing the number of times one enters the danger zone may be the most effective prevention of all. As we age, we must ask ourselves, what truly matters more, a flawless appearance or the ability to walk steadily and freely without needing someone to hold us up? 4. Your body cleanses itself. As surprising as it may sound, your body actually has an incredibly sophisticated self-cleaning system. And the remarkable thing is, it doesn't need water or soap to function. This isn't some trendy claim. It's the result of millions of years of evolution. Your skin isn't just a passive barrier. It's a living, breathing ecosystem full of beneficial bacteria, natural oils, and a delicate balance of pH and moisture. Together, these elements work in harmony to keep your skin healthy, resilient, and, most importantly, clean. For older adults whose skin has become thinner and more sensitive with age, frequent bathing can actually disrupt this natural defense system. Reducing how often you bathe isn't laziness, it's giving your skin the chance to function exactly as nature intended. At the heart of this self-cleaning system is your skin's microbiome, a community of microscopic organisms, including bacteria, fungi, and tiny mites, that coexist peacefully on your skin. These microbes aren't enemies, as many believe, they're your skin's silent allies. Some species, like Cutibacterium acnes or Staphylococcus epidermidis, feed on dead skin cells and excess oils while producing antimicrobial compounds that help fend off harmful bacteria. In addition, sebaceous glands secrete a thin layer of oil that locks in moisture and repels dirt. Dead skin cells are naturally shed through the body's built-in exfoliation process, a cleansing mechanism that doesn't require a brush or harsh soap. However, daily hot showers, especially with alkaline soaps, can disrupt this process. Hot water strips away the protective oil layer, and strong soaps kill off beneficial microbes, leaving the skin dry, itchy, and more vulnerable to damage. For seniors, this becomes an even bigger issue. Oil production slows down, and the microbiome becomes less diverse, making the skin more susceptible to irritation, inflammation, and even infection. Studies have linked overbathing to skin conditions like eczema, chronic dryness, and allergic reactions. On the other hand, bathing just a few times a week and using a warm, damp cloth to gently clean high-sweat areas like the underarms, groin, and neck is enough to manage body odor without disturbing the skin's natural balance. For older adults, this approach not only protects the skin but also reduces physical strain, minimizes the risk of falls in the bathroom, and creates a more comfortable, stress-free experience. Even history supports this idea. Our ancestors lived healthy lives with far less bathing, relying on the body's own mechanisms to stay clean. Today's seniors can take a cue from that wisdom, trusting the body's natural design to maintain itself. The result? Healthier skin, fewer irritations, and a better-built defense system, proving that sometimes less really is more. 5. Experts say once or twice a week is enough. Get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about personal hygiene. Leading experts in geriatrics and dermatology are now making a surprising recommendation. Older adults should only bathe their entire bodies once or twice a week. This doesn't mean neglecting self-care or abandoning cleanliness standards. It's a scientifically backed adjustment tailored to the real needs of the aging body and skin. Rather than being a downgrade, this advice reflects a growing awareness that frequent bathing can actually be harmful for people over 70. It marks a major shift away from the daily shower for cleanliness mindset that's deeply rooted in modern culture, but is now being widely supported as science uncovers unexpected truths about caring for the body in later life. This isn't based on opinion. It's the conclusion of respected institutions and professionals, including the American Academy of Dermatology and physicians from Johns Hopkins University. They agree that aging skin is thinner, drier, and far more vulnerable than younger skin. As a result, repeated exposure to hot water, harsh soaps, and vigorous scrubbing does more harm than good. The recommendation also takes into account overall health, activity level, and individual circumstances. A senior who mostly stays indoors and leads a gentle routine doesn't need the same bathing frequency as someone who still gardens or walks daily. For those with incontinence or chronic wounds, hygiene should focus on specific areas rather than full-body bathing. In fact, the habit of daily showers stems more from mid-20th century soap marketing campaigns than from the body's real needs. Studies show that overbathing in the elderly is linked to dry, cracked skin, irritation, and even pressure ulcers in frail individuals. In contrast, reducing bath frequency while cleaning key areas with a warm cloth or gentle wipe gives the skin a chance to restore its natural barrier, strengthening its ability to fight off bacteria and infection. And the truth is, body odor, the main reason many stick to daily showers, can easily be managed by changing clothes, using deodorant, and wiping sweat-prone areas. For older adults, the priority is no longer following outdated cleanliness norms, but adapting wisely to the body's changes, so they can live healthier, more comfortably, and more safely in their later years. This isn't about doing less, it's about doing what's right. guided by science and grounded in real-world understanding. Now we come to the next point. 6. Daily baths can exhaust seniors. Bathing may seem like a simple routine, but for many people over the age of 70, it becomes a physically and mentally draining challenge. Research from the Journal of the American Medical Association has made this clear, showing that the entire bathing process, from entering the bathroom to drying off, can turn into a series of exhausting tasks that significantly impact the energy and well-being of older adults. What used to be a daily norm, like standing under the shower or stepping out of the tub, becomes as strenuous as climbing a mountain when muscle strength declines, joints stiffen, and stamina wanes with age. Reducing the frequency of bathing from daily to just once or twice a week not only helps protect aging skin and lowers the risk of falling, but it also preserves precious energy, turning what used to be a burdensome task into a gentler ritual. According to JAMA, even a 10-15-minute warm shower can strain the cardiovascular system, especially in those with heart conditions or poor circulation. Warm water causes blood vessels to dilate, leading to sudden drops in blood pressure and increasing the risk of dizziness or fainting, an extremely dangerous situation on a slippery bathroom floor. People with chronic respiratory conditions like COPD may also struggle to breathe in warm, humid environments, turning what should be a relaxing moment into a difficult ordeal. For those suffering from arthritis, affecting nearly half of people over 65, according to the CDC, even basic movements like bending to wash feet, reaching to scrub the back, or gripping a bar of soap can become painful. Entering and exiting the tub requires a combination of balance and strength, something not easily done by those with joint degeneration or nerve damage in the feet. And it doesn't end with the shower. Drying off, dressing, and recovering afterward can leave a person so fatigued they need to lie down for the rest of the afternoon. For those already dealing with frailty or chronic fatigue, maintaining a daily bathing habit can lead to a vicious cycle of exhaustion, skipped meals, reduced activity, and growing dependence on others. In contrast, adopting a gentler bathing schedule with a handheld shower or a seated bath can maintain hygiene while conserving energy for the things that truly matter. Playing with grandchildren, tending to the garden, or simply feeling strong enough to enjoy the afternoon. Studies show that older adults who bathe less frequently often report feeling less tired, having better moods, and preserving their independence for longer. Bathing less isn't giving up, it's a smart strategy for protecting both physical and mental health. A small adjustment that can significantly improve quality of life in the later years. 7. Hygiene isn't just about bathing. Have you ever considered that staying clean doesn't necessarily mean showering your entire body every single day? For those over 70, this might actually be one of the best things you'll hear. The belief that cleanliness requires frequent bathing is more a cultural legacy than a medical truth. And today, as modern medicine better understands how the body and skin age, a newer, simpler, and gentler approach is slowly replacing old routines. The truth is, you can still feel fresh, healthy, and confident without stepping into the shower every day. Instead of tying hygiene to daily soaking or scrubbing with harsh soaps, experts now recommend a more flexible and age-appropriate personal care routine. Small but powerful habits like using warm, damp towels, changing into clean clothes daily, maintaining good oral hygiene, and wiping key areas like the underarms, groin, and limbs are often enough to stay clean. This isn't about lowering hygiene standards. It's about adjusting them wisely to match the physical realities and health needs of aging bodies. Picture an elderly person with joint pain or weak legs trying to step into a slippery bathtub. The risk of falling is very real. But if they can simply wipe down with a warm cloth in the morning, put on breathable clean clothes, use deodorant, and tidy up their appearance, they can feel just as fresh and confident without the danger. In cold weather or during times of physical weakness, skipping the shower can even help avoid fatigue or catching a chill. In fact, many studies in elder care show that people using this method suffer less from dry skin, itchiness, or post-shower fatigue compared to those who bathe daily. Most importantly, this method gives back a sense of control, especially for seniors who rely on caregivers. They no longer have to depend on strict schedules, strength, or specific conditions to stay clean, which helps preserve independence and personal dignity. The truth is, aging skin is thinner, produces less oil, and takes much longer to recover from damage. Daily bathing not only strips the skin of its natural oils, but also weakens the skin's protective barrier, opening the door to bacteria and infection. Worse yet, a single fall in the bathroom could result in a permanent loss of independence. That's why, instead of sticking to a rigid bathing schedule, it's wiser to adapt based on the individual. Someone who's active may need to bathe more often, while someone less mobile can stay perfectly clean with just a few wipe-downs a week. This isn't laziness, it's a smart, respectful, and safe approach to a changing body. Less water, less risk, more vitality. That's the surprising promise of bathing less, a new truth worth embracing as we move into the later chapters of life. Now we come to the final truth. Fact 8. Frequent showers can cause insomnia. This is something most people never consider, but bathing, especially at the wrong time of day, can actually disrupt sleep in older adults. After the age of 70, getting restful sleep becomes more difficult due to natural changes in the body's circadian rhythm, decreased melatonin production, and chronic conditions that often cause nighttime discomfort. Surprisingly, the habit of bathing at the wrong time or staying in hot water too long can push you further into chronic sleep trouble. Many believe that a hot shower before bed helps them relax and fall asleep faster. But in older adults, the body's ability to regulate temperature weakens with age, and warming up too close to bedtime can make it harder for the body to cool down in time to enter deep sleep. To fall asleep, your core temperature needs to drop slightly to signal the brain that it's time to rest. If your body remains warm after bathing, you may feel restless, toss and turn, or fall asleep only to wake up repeatedly throughout the night. On the other hand, bathing in the morning while your body is still sluggish can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, especially if using very hot water or showering on an empty stomach, leading to fatigue and sluggishness that lasts all day. For older adults who are already prone to sleep disturbances, establishing a consistent rest rhythm is essential, and that includes adjusting bathing habits. Experts recommend bathing in the early evening after you've been active for part of the day, but not too close to bedtime. Alternatively, rather than taking a full-body shower, you can simply wash your face, feet, and hands with warm water or wipe down with a clean cloth before bed. This keeps you feeling fresh without drastically altering your body temperature. Remember, quality sleep doesn't just make you feel good in the morning. It's crucial for a strong immune system, stable memory, and clear thinking in your senior years. And sometimes the key to that restful sleep is actually bathing less. So there you have it. You've just discovered a surprising truth. After the age of 70, bathing less often can actually help older adults stay healthier, safer, and more comfortable. Together, we've explored why daily showers might lead to dry skin, increased risk of falls, depleted energy, and even damage to the already delicate skin that comes with aging. And not only that, you've also learned that the human body has an incredibly effective natural self-cleaning system that few people pay attention to. Leading medical experts and organizations like the American Geriatric Society now recommend full-body bathing just once or twice a week, as long as key hygiene areas are properly maintained. For many, this idea might come as a shock because we've been taught all our lives that clean means showering every day. But the reality is, the older we get, the more we need to adjust these seemingly harmless habits to match our changing bodies. So, what about you? After watching this entire video, what made you rethink how you view hygiene in older age? Was it the shift in what clean really means? The idea of replacing a full shower with a warm towel wipe down? Or simply the realization that more water and soap doesn't always mean better? Take a few seconds to share with us one thing you've learned from this video, something that opened your eyes and made you feel ready to apply it in your own life, or share it with an elderly loved one. Don't forget to leave a comment below. If you found today's insights helpful, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any more practical and eye-opening content coming your way. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.